Well, we did it. Yesterday we said goodbye to the family home. The house that my parents built in 1958 on land that my great-grandparents purchased in 1923. So for the first time in 100 years, the house and property left the family. But we couldn't ask for really a better experience. The house was listed on July 11th and we had closing yesterday on August 11th. So 1 month from listing to closing, you can't ask for more than that. And of course, things here at the farmhouse have worked out fantastic with the private sale that we worked on there. So we've got nothing to complain about, but certainly there have been a lot of emotion with me, with Ann, because again of the time that we spent there. But we're happy to be here and we're going to be doing a lot of good, fun, exciting things here. I got the finish mower set up for Ann today and she's going to be mowing the field. Of course, we've bush hogged it a couple of times, but we've got to, as you see behind me here, we've got to mow it again. And this time we're going to use the finish mower because there are a lot of small trees that are still popping up and we want to just get this down and make it work out and be a really pretty field. So just doing a little bit of a walk and talk today and just wanted to check in with you, but you know, we're going to be doing a lot of good stuff, so stay tuned for that. Linda was here a couple of weeks ago and she got some beehives set up. Of course, she had to move the bees from the other property, which is only a half-mile away. She couldn't bring them here because apparently you have to move bees like at least 2 miles or they'll get lost trying to find their way. They'll keep going back to that other area where the hives were. So you've got to relocate them far away. So she brought hives over from another location that's several miles away. We've got those set up here near the woods. And I'll show you those. They're doing really well. They seem to have adapted to their new location. And everybody's happy. I don't hang out there too long, even though they're not aggressive. You know, sometimes they could get a little bit annoyed with you. So we've got lots to do here. I already started cutting out a little trail. You know, we're going to restore trails. We're going to create new trails. Let me show you what we've done so far. This was just driving through with the lawn tractor. You know, this was all low growth, but I just made this little trail and it kind of gives us an idea of what we can do back here, which is going to be really beautiful. It's just so peaceful and serene back here, and every time we walk around the property or come back here, we have no doubts about the decision we made. But there's much to be done. Now, the house that we moved out of was about 3,400 square feet. The farmhouse here is about 2,000 square feet. So what about all the stuff? Well, that was the problem. We completely emptied that house. I mean, I went through every possible area and we got everything out. I even cleaned out the garage, and for the first time in about 65 years, I had 2 vehicles in the garage. I had to take a picture of it because it was just amazing to see 2 vehicles in the 2-car garage. So we emptied all that out. We emptied all the house out. It's just amazing how much you accumulate. And of course, what did we do with it? Well, we got rid of a lot of it. I took loads and loads to the dump. We took things to Goodwill. We gave things away. But the rest of it, unfortunately, we had to save. So this is kind of the mess I'm dealing with now. It's dark in here, but you wouldn't want to see the mess anyway. But there it is, kind of the contents of our house. So we've got to figure out what to do with this stuff because it's not going to fit in that house. We've got to really pick through and decide, what do we really want? What do we really need? And it's going to be quite an exercise. Now, this is a huge barn, but it only has 1 opening. It's got 3 separate bays and this 1 opening. The tractor will fit in here. Any vehicle really would fit in here that we have, but I think we're going to use this for the tractor because I hate to leave this thing outside. I was at the dealership today just for the fun of it. I was looking at tractors Actually, I went there to get some parts for the finish mower, but I was looking at tractors and I was really surprised that the Kubotas on the lot, I don't know how long they've been sitting there, but the paint was really faded and the black seat was really faded. The rubber, kind of surprising, a little bit disappointing because that is brand new equipment that they're selling there. So I think it's important to keep these things undercover. So I guess I'm going to try and get the tractor in there, but the problem is I've got all this other stuff. We've got the golf cart, we've got the lawn tractor, we've got the mule and all the other implements. So I've got to figure something out here, and a Harbor Freight portable garage isn't going to do it this time. And it's ironic because we had a small garage with a lean-to over at the other house, and now we have this big barn, but it's just not set up for our needs. So I've got to do something with all this stuff. Does it mean building a pole barn? I don't know. I mean, it seems like that's the right thing to do, or the best thing to do. But we'll have to really think about that. I can put tarps over it. I know that's a little bit controversial because people think that tarps hold moisture, and I know that's true, but we do have these nice concrete pads, so I can put the equipment on here. My feeling is if you tarp something and you don't wrap it too tight, but you let air get under it, I think it'll be okay. And of course, a lot of the tarps I have are not exactly completely waterproof. They're older, so they'll keep the most of it off, but you know, they'll let some air circulate through as well. So we've got that to do. Of course, we've got work on the farmhouse to do. I discovered a leak in the remaining skylight. They had the other skylights removed because skylights tend to leak. So I was in the pantry the other day and we had this torrential rain. And I said, what is this water on the floor? And I looked up and I could see it was coming through that one skylight. So I got some clear caulk made for leaks. I'm gonna caulk around that. No big deal, but again, work to be done. And of course, we've got painting inside and just general updates to do, but it's all good. Again, as I've said in other videos, this house was maintained really well. The outside is buttoned up nice and tight. It's got replacement windows in it. It's painted. It's really in good shape. They took really good care of it, and we are very thankful for that. The inside stuff, we can deal with that. One of the very first projects that we're going to tackle, and you can see I've kind of already started here, is we want to get behind the barn, and it's been probably a good 5 to 10 years, I guess, since it's been cut back here. It used to be all clear when they built this barn, but again, time gets away and nature always wins, as they say. Well, I say that anyway. But we're looking forward to getting behind this barn. We've got a lot to cut down and get through. It's all relatively small, maybe 4 inches or so. So that'll fit through the wood chipper. This one here is a good 6-7 inches, so that's pushing it a bit. But a lot of the stuff is smaller, and we're going to get that all taken care of, clear out behind the barn, and that way we can get to work on fixing up. This is really the worst part, where it's just plywood, and on the other side it's rotten where water's been splashing on it. Glass is broken, but again, it's kind of fun. I see here now, just for the first time, a giant hornet's nest. Wow. Okay, well, that's got to go. I know some people might be overwhelmed with the amount of work that has to be done here, but we are truly excited. We just love doing outdoor projects. We love, well, I don't want to say we love repairing things. I like things to be in good condition, but I don't mind repairing things, and there's so much potential here. So we're really, really excited to be here, really excited to be tackling this project, and to kind of honor the property, honor Phil and Lucinda who own the property, because they did so much work here over the past 40 years, and we want to kind of reclaim and continue on what they started. It's very exciting. So goodbyes are tough. We said goodbye to the old place. We said hello to the new place, and we are certainly not going anywhere, and looking forward to spending a lot more time with you, creating some new content at this new location, and having you join us and follow along. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your patience while I've not been putting out a whole lot of content, but there is definitely going to be more to come. So thanks for watching, and I really do look forward to seeing you next time.